Hey guys, it's Kevin again. This is going to review for The Bridge, Season 2, Episode 12, Quetzalcoatl. And this episode was amazing. I loved it. By far the best episode of the season. So much shit went down in this episode. I did not expect as much in this episode to be huge. This episode really felt like a part 1 to the finale, really. I mean, some episodes before, the most important episode of your season you can have is the episode before the finale, which really sets the tone for it. This felt like part 1 to the finale. It feels like this was the beginning of the finale, and next week is going to be the second part of the finale. That's really what this felt like to me, is that it felt like this episode could have been 2 hours long, and they could have split this into 2 parts. I mean, they could have split this and put it into 1 episode. I really felt like they could have done that. It really set up things very tremendously well, in my opinion. And I'm really looking forward to the finale. I think the finale is going to be epic, and I can't wait for it. Now, let's just get this episode, because of course I have to explain why it felt so epic. The opening scene I loved in this episode. We see Monte going to see Elanor, and you know that Monte, it's very intense because they're both ready to hurt each other. They both want to do something bad to each other. One of them is definitely going to die next week. Definitely one of them is going to die. And their conversation sort of updates us on what's going on. Elanor is now out of prison, because, Sonya got her out and everything, and she's now out of prison. And she's cleaning up the situation and expects what she's due. She's trying to clean up the situation that she did. And Monte says Sebastian's a little bit preoccupied at the moment because his daughter has been taken hostage by Galvan. And the two depart, and we don't see what happens after that. That's the only time they really talk, and it was definitely a very interesting scene, in my opinion, because, again, it really sets the tone for what is going to happen for the rest, really set the tone perfectly, because they both do want to hurt each other, and it's going to be interesting to see definitely what ends up happening between Monte and Elanor. I don't know if they're going to meet up again, but, that's going to be interesting to definitely see what happens there. So I thought that was a great way to start the episode. So yeah, as I said, Elanor is basically just trying to clean up the mess that she made. Of course, she's still trying to find her ledger as well, but she's also trying to clean up all the mess she made because she knows that the CIA are after her. However, the CIA agent is under a ton of pressure to clear up that Galvan mess and control Sebastian so the CIA can have a smooth transition, because Sebastian, really, they don't know how he's going to be, really, because Sebastian is obviously very devastated that his daughter was taken, so they don't really know how Sebastian feels right now. They're trying to keep him sane so he doesn't go insane, so this is a smooth transition, and that includes Eleanor's help. So we see the CIA agent rifling through Sonya's apartment looking for Eleanor's ledger. He doesn't find the ledger, though, because Sonya's busy trying to crack Eleanor's code in her car. And she figures out that the ledger contains a list of addresses. So she immediately goes to the hospital to tell Hank about it, and Hank is still not doing that well. He's still recovering, because he doesn't want to see Sonya go alone. That's why. He doesn't want to see her go alone, but he wants to help her because that's just the thing he does. It's always been Sonya and Hank, and he really does want to help her. At the same time, though, he's still recovering. So, the first place they stop has already been ravaged by Elanor. So, that was definitely very interesting to watch. And basically, they head out, and basically she tells Hank what's going on. And she says she's going to visit each of the addresses, and that's where they're going to go. So, whatever they may have looked for must be gone. Whatever they would have looked for, so it must be gone, because now she's convinced that these addresses are where they can find the ledger. That's where they can find them. So, I definitely think that's really interesting, because, definitely that's going to be interesting to see what happens there. I was interested in that, definitely. So, meanwhile, the biggest question of this episode, of course, is what happened to Marco? Because at the end of last week's episode, Marco's men were shot and Marco was attacked by someone. And obviously it was Galvan. There was no question there. He is tied up and talking to Galvan. And Marco warns him that the marina is coming and tries to convince Galvan that it'll be better if he lets Marco turn him in. That's not going to work for Galvan, though. Galvan has his own agenda. His men end up locking up Marco with Romina, and I'll talk about what happens a little bit later, but, basically, Galvan is not going to let him get away with this. He's not going to let him, anything happen to him, Well, he's going to let something happen to him, but he's not going to let anything happen to himself, so that was definitely very interesting. So Elanor makes her way down the list too, just like Sonya and Hank are. She and Caesar have a man tied up to a chair, and they're burning paperwork in a dumpster. And it looks like she's gonna kill this man, because we know Elanor pretty much, has killed people that anyone that she, has worked for her and wants answers from, she then kills them. However, she doesn't end up killing this man, which was surprising. I was expecting her to kill this guy, and she didn't. Instead, what ends up happening is she just orders Caesar to put him in the car. So, that was interesting. I was not expecting that at all, and maybe Eleanor's turning over a new leaf. I don't know, but for whatever reason, she didn't want to kill this guy. She said to Caesar, look, I don't want to kill him. And Caesar said, that's all you want to do? And he says to Elanor, is that all we're doing? And Elanor says, oh, it's far from done. So, that was definitely very interesting. So, Sonya and Hank arrives to the same place a little too late, and they're joined by Daniel and Adriana. And when they met them up, I'm like, okay, this is going to get awesome, because I love it when they cross Sonya and Sonya's plot with Daniel and Adriana's plot. I think that's really well done. So Hank and Sonya are questioning the journalists, and it takes Hank strong-arming Daniel to get them to talk. Daniel wouldn't even talk. He literally had to shove Daniel against his car to get him to talk. He wouldn't talk, and finally they do talk. They tell them about the information they found in the DEA agent's garbage, and it confirms that the CIA has been protecting the money laundering scheme that Galvan has been running. So, they find in the DEA's paperwork that mirrors one of Eleanor's ledgers, which has coordinates. So, when they head out there, they don't find much except a discarded custom seal, and Sonya realizes something. She realizes something. She gets in the car and she leaves, and, so she realizes something. We don't know what it is, but Daniel and Adriana head out to talk to a contact in the customs department, and Daniel has a very funny exchange with his customs contact, and eventually we find out that those seals can be requested from people in the U.S. or Mexico. So, that definitely is very interesting, because you got the CIA in the U.S., but you got the DEA in Mexico. So, that's definitely very interesting, what's going on there. So, Marco ends up with Romina. He ends up being locked up with Romina, and Romina's completely out of it, which is understandable. She was taken by, it's understandable that she's out of it. She, of course, is Sebastian's daughter. She was taken by Galvan. She is not in good shape at all, and, basically, I would have wanted to see a little bit more humorous Galvan. I like seeing the humorous side of Galvan we got in the last episode, but I liked that we got a menacing Galvan in this episode, because we got the humorous Galvan in the last episode, that's fine, but now it's time for him to be a little bit more menacing. We need a menacing villain here, especially for the finale. So, basically, Romina is completely out of it, and Marco keeps asking her if she knows how many men are around trying to get some intel, but she doesn't know, and he just tells her to calm down, he'll be by her side, and it was really sad to watch, because you can see how bad of a condition she's in, and the kind of condition he's in. They're both very hurt, very saddened people, and they both are kind of in the same sort of position right now, where they both are very hurt, very upset, just not in good condition at all. So, Steven Linder, if you remember, he just randomly got his beard shaved, and of course, Eva told him to stop looking into the past, so he is trying to make Robles pay for what he did to Eva, because when Eva's saying that, he's decided that he wants to change the past. He wants to let go of the past completely. So he stops by the Chihuahua police station to see Robles with his rock in hand, and, lucky for Robles, he's not there. He's not there at the point. So he asks his secretary to leave a message for Robles, and he tells the secretary to say, no man can run from his past, and she asks Linder who he is, and he says, I'm his past. That was awesome when he said that, because it really just shows how much he loves Eva, and how much he wants to protect her. That was just done so well, in my opinion. I love that. That was very well done. So, Steven then goes outside to meet with Eva, and she's daydreaming about a life with him in the pink house across the road. She really just wants a nice life with him. Now that he has completely shaved off his beard, she wants things to change. She just wants to have a good life with him, and she wants them to have a happy life together, which I was hoping they would. I like them together, and I want them to have a good life together. She really wants to have a good life with him. And, she says, what would our life be like? And it's a sad question because she's ready to give up on this vigilante mission. Because if you remember, they set out on this vigilante mission together. This was all their choice. But Steven can't walk away from it. She wants to give up, but he's not walking away. He wants to protect her. So he asks her, when I come back, will you be here? And Eva doesn't know if that's gonna, she doesn't know what's going to happen to her. She doesn't know she's going to be here, and it's really sad because this episode made us really, I really care about Steven's character, but Eva really wants to walk away, and he's not going to, and it's just really sad because you can tell that she really wants to be with him, but she knows in the back of her mind that they might not get out of this, and that Steven, something really bad could end up happening to him. She could definitely see that, definitely. She could definitely see that something bad could end up happening to him. And I really felt bad for Eva because of that, definitely. So, the CIA agent is still at work to fix the situation, because he really wants to fix the situation. He wants to make sure, again, that Sebastian is calm. He wants to make sure. So, he goes to talk to Sebastian, and he hopes that will work in his favor, and help get Romina out of Galvan's clutches alive, but they both don't know why Marco is there. But the CIA agent assures Sebastian that the Marina is on its way. So, while it might not be true, he's doing that so Sebastian will stay calm. Because Sebastian, right now, is in full, I need to know my daughter is, you need to tell me now, I need to know, he's, like, panicking completely, and they don't want him to panic. So, they're trying to calm down, as best as they can. Even though it might not be the easiest thing to do, they're doing the best they can with that. So, Galvan is done running. He then straps on a bulletproof vest, and his men start blocking the window in preparation for the imminent Marina raid because he has sent the Marina. So, he orders Marco and Romina to come into the room. When he makes his call to negotiate with the Marina colonel, Galvan believes that because he has Romina, the Marina won't charge in. So, because obviously they're not going to hurt Romina. So Marco says that Sebastian isn't that important. This whole thing is bigger than them, and the Marina will kill Galvan no matter who he has hostage. They're going to kill him. There's no doubt about it. Because Galvan has just done way too many things for them to say, alright, we're not going to kill you. They didn't kill him last season. He's been around since last season. They didn't kill him last season, so they're going to kill him this season, alright? I feel like this season they're going to finally have that conclusion to Galvan's storyline, because while I love his storyline, it is time. I don't know if they can take this for 3 seasons. I don't know if I can take Galvan for another season. He's done way too much, and I feel like he does definitely need to die. Definitely, I feel like he does. That's just my personal opinion, but I definitely feel that he needs to die. Okay, that's just what I think, in my opinion. That's just me, though. Now, the thing is, though, with Sebastian, again, they really want to keep him calm, but despite their agreement to let Galvan go, the Marina fires a rain of bullets at one of Galvan's cars, believing he is inside. Of course, it's a decoy, because Galvan, along with Marco and Romina and others, escape and they head into the desert. So, they're not going to be there for a long time, I feel. I feel like something is definitely going to happen there that's going to keep them, I understand Galvan is trying to keep them away from him, but I don't think this is going to work. I really don't. I feel like definitely that whatever happens, that he's going to die, and there's nothing he can really do about it. He's going to die, and he needs to accept that. So, I don't think he's going to accept it, but I definitely feel that he is definitely going to die. So, an official then visits Robles with news that he will be charged with rape and all the other corrupt agents he's committed, and the man is very adamant that Robles will have to deal with these charges. He tells him, look, you're going to have to deal with these, there's nothing I can do about it, you're going to be charged with rape and the other actions he's committed, and I think that's good, because, again, he pretty much raped Eva, he did. So it makes sense why Steven really wants to get his revenge on him. I do feel Steven is taking things a bit too far, because I think charging him with rape would be a good idea, sending him in jail, but I understand that Steven, just the rage has gotten to him so much that he wants him dead. So, basically, Robles then goes back to his usual business after the man leaves. He heads out to make a deal with the next person to take over Juarez, and once Robles leaves with a suitcase, which is probably full of cash, we see the man close up a truck full of drugs and put that same custom seal Daniel discovered earlier on the back of the truck. So, that's very interesting, because I feel like definitely something is going to happen there because Daniel knows now that the seal is for both the U.S. and Mexico, and I feel like definitely they're all going to end up in Mexico. They're all going to end up in Mexico, and basically what's going to happen in Mexico is that we're going to see, like, a huge showdown going there, and I was looking forward, to seeing what was going to happen. I thought that was going to be the last scene we saw of Robles in this episode. However, it's not, because then shit really goes down here, and this was really well done, in my opinion. A very well done scene, very, very sad, like, a really surprising scene here, but just a very well done scene, in my opinion. I thought the scene was amazingly done. So Steven has been following Robles the entire time, and now that he's alone, he's ready to make him move with a rock in hand. And shockingly though, Robles is onto him, and he turns and shoots Steven. So yes, Steven is now dead because I don't think Steven's gonna survive that gunshot wound. I'd be very surprised if he is, but honestly, Steven kind of did it to himself. Eva wanted to, and when Eva said that, I don't know if she was gonna make it out alive, I knew something was gonna happen there. I really did. I knew something was either gonna happen in this episode or the finale. I expected something to happen in the finale. I didn't expect it to happen now. I actually like that they did this in the finale. Now, I really hope they make him dead, because it'd be a really good death. I'd love for the bridge to have a really good death, because Charlotte's death, while it was a huge death, they have not talked about it since, and it hasn't impacted really anyone. No one. It has not impacted a single person that Charlotte was killed. Not a single person. So, Steven dies. It's going to be a big thing, because it's definitely is going to impact Eva. Eva probably is going to become a badass, definitely, from this. I definitely feel like, because remember, this was Eva's decision to go on this vigilante mission. So, definitely, if she finds out that Steven is dead, she will continue this vigilante mission by herself and make sure that Robles is dead no matter what. This confirms that Robles is going to die next week. This just confirms it. I'm very surprised they killed him off, but it's sad that Robles, of all people, is the one to kill him, definitely, because he wanted to kill him, and I really wanted Steven to kill Robles, but unfortunately, Robles shot him, so it was really sad to see that, definitely. I feel really bad for Eva. When Eva finds this out, she is going to be absolutely pissed, though, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing her reaction. I think it's going to be really cool to watch. So, then we get to the very last scene of the episode, which is really awesome, and really sets for a really awesome kick-ass finale. Sonya and Hank head out to another one of Eleanor's listed addresses, and they find a boy there to question about Eleanor and the CIA agent. But the boy says he hasn't seen either of them. But a man came by before asking about the same individuals. So he also tells the detectives that there have been people waiting at the crossroads nearby every night. So, that makes them very interested in what's going to happen here. So, they reflect on the situation, they stake out the crossroads to see who the people are, and a truck finally stops there because, they can't go on the stakeout anymore, so they switch drivers, and Sonya and Hank split up to follow each one. So the question is, where will they be led to? They're gonna follow each one of the drivers, and it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen with these drivers, because they basically think that these drivers, one of them is Eleanor's ledger. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the reveal of the ledger. I think it's gonna be really cool to see, and I'm really looking forward to that a lot. I think it's gonna be really awesome to watch. But this episode, overall, I loved it. Thought it was action-packed. So much good stuff in this episode, and I can't wait for the finale. I think it's going to be awesome. The saddest part, of course, is that Steven is dead, but definitely when Eva finds out, she is just going to be pissed out of her mind, and she will definitely make sure Robles is dead for what he did. Definitely, she will make sure. There's no question about that whatsoever. Galvan, I feel like Galvan is definitely going to die. I feel like he can't run away this time. I feel like even though he thinks he can't run away this time. And Marco basically told him this is bigger than them. They will kill him no matter what. I definitely feel that the CIA is going to go after Galvan and basically just do what they need to do to him. Because they don't care so much about Romina's safety. What they care about is that he's dead. He's been a criminal for 2 years now, and they really want to get him, and they can finally get him now, so I really hope that they do get him. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what happens there. Elanor, again, we only saw Elanor in two scenes in this episode. I don't know what else is going to happen to Elanor, okay? I don't know what her plan is with this guy that she put in the car, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there, because we didn't really see what else happened with Elanor after that scene. All we saw was she put that guy in the car, and they left, so definitely something is going to happen there. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Sonya and Hank, they are definitely going to go after the ledger. I definitely feel they're going to go after Eleanor's ledger. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I wonder which one of the drivers is the ledger. One of those drivers, as I said, is definitely the ledger. I don't know who, but the ledger is definitely going to be revealed. And then Daniel and Adriana, Daniel made a comment in the promo of the finale that I definitely do want to talk about. They showed a promo for the finale. The finale looks extremely epic, but I agree with what Daniel said. This is really a battle here between the CIA and the DEA. Think about it. The CIA is after Galvan, who is part, it's really a battle between the two of them, if you think about it. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see what is happening there. I'm really looking forward to the finale. I think the finale is going to be really kick-ass. And again, the things I'm looking forward to the most is definitely Eva's reaction. She's going to be pissed out of her mind and make sure that Robles is dead. Elanor, I don't know if Elanor is going to die. I personally don't think Elanor is going to die on this finale. Even though she's been the main antagonist of this season, they've got us to root for her. Not really root for her, but they made us... Robles is definitely a worser person than Elanor is. I could even say Galvan is a worser person than who Elanor is. And, so, yeah, she's gone, that's basically what's happening there. So, basically, I think that definitely is going to be very interesting to see what happens with Elanor. I definitely feel that she feels Sonya, was underestimated. And she cracked Sonya's code earlier than anyone had planned, including the CIA. So I'm looking forward to definitely seeing what happens there. And it'll take her some time to decipher the ledger, so she was going to leave Sonya last. And, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with this guy that they end up, with the guy that they have in the car. I'm looking forward to that as well. And is there anything else I really want to talk about? Oh, again, I like seeing Sonya and Hank and Daniel and Adriana work together. I always love seeing that. I always think that's great. And, again, I really don't feel that, Galvan's going to be able to run away from this time. I definitely don't think he's going to be, because one of his men was shot, and definitely, when they find him, they're going to kill him. There's no question there. And, yeah, so that's pretty much my review for this episode. Overall, I love this episode. Thought it was definitely best episode of the season. Really intense shit going on. Let me know what you guys saw this episode. What is going to happen with Galvan? I definitely feel he's going to die. Are Hank and Sonya going to find Eleanor's ledger? What's going to happen with Elanor? She put that guy in the car. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen there as well. And then as far as, Galvan goes, I don't think he's going to be able to run away from from the situation this time. He's going to be killed either way. I do think he's going to be killed. And that's pretty much it for my review. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will probably not be till... I might watch a movie today. I don't know. We'll see. I might do a movie review today. I think I will, actually. I think I'll do a movie review for you guys next. So I'll see you guys for my next video, which will probably be for a movie review. So I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.